Good morning. Oh, Wednesday morning. I almost said Monday. Hope everybody's having a good morning. Caught up and getting going. We got Harvest Mary Moon, Pat Evans, Dana B, Michigan Lifestyle. Let's see. Vicky's in here also. Think that's about it. Oh, Jennifer Ocean. Welcome everybody. I took Monday off thinking that there wasn't going to be too many people up and about and holiday and all that stuff. So, um, yeah, and Tuesday is kind of a day off thing. So that's how we're getting on that one. But let's get on with some news, and we'll start off a little light, I guess. Um, Brian May. Oops, it didn't. Why is it not adding? There we go. Brian May. And I'm hearing helicopters over here. Odd this early in the morning. Anyway, Brian May reveals he was rushed to hospital after suffering a minor stroke. And if you don't know who this is the guitarist of Queen. He also said that he lost the use of his right arm, which is very important for a guitarist. Well, both arms are, but um, yeah, that was came up in the news for today. Um, it's all over the UK news about this because he is an icon for uh, UK and stuff. So hopefully he gets better. Um, let's see what else we get in here. Come on. And I thought this was a pretty good video, so we'll go ahead and play this. Come on. Now I don't know what they call it's not an ice skater or something. They do the little dance on the floor. Uh, but uh, beginning with this, um, her daughter was crying for mommy in the audience, and she come and stopped what she was doing, and we'll go from this. Goes and picks her daughter up and puts her on the floor with her. She's gonna do her dance routine thing. Go ahead and mute it here because it's gonna start playing the music. But I thought this was awesome that she goes and picks her daughter up and continues to do her dance routine with her daughter. We really wish you could play the music because it's really good. You can hear the audience cheering and everything. And more than likely the judges are going to give her a bad score, but to me this is better than uh getting a perfect 10. This is what a mother is, doesn't care about her score within the dancing and everything. She's out there dancing with her daughter. And we miss so much of this nowadays. Just simple compassion. Yeah, I thought this was a very, very good video. She ends up getting a standing ovation. I don't know what the judges gave her or anything like that, but I think she should have won. uh, yeah, we need more of that kind of stuff. We really do. Uh, let's see. Let's get to Mr. Musk. Can't wait to be part of Trump's team. The former U.S. president plans to involve prominent business executives in auditing federal agencies, the Washington Post reports, which I really do think there should be less politician and more business oriented people running the government. We need to start making a profit instead of, you know, letting it, all that money run out and there's no, you know, if you're in a business and one part of the business is just spewing out money, they go and shut that down as fast as possible. In the government, they encourage that to happen because they get a cut of it. And I really do think that there should be more business oriented people at least investigating these other programs. And one of them being, let's go ahead and switch this over real quick. No, come on. Really wish it was easier to add things to the, so many buttons you got to click. And sorry about this being a choppy, icky video, but here it is.
Well, I wanted to bring to everybody's attention something that doesn't get much attention. And you've heard the term follow the money. So I looked up, where did follow the money? I thought it was from a Tom Cruise movie, but it wasn't. It was from Watergate. And follow the money is what they did in Watergate. And we saw what happened. So my young staffer, who's very bright, and I see him over there, Adam Pack, followed the money. And the money is from the so-called Inflation Reduction Act. So in the name of green and environmental justice, there's over $40 billion that are going to be granted out through the EPA. So with this great research that was done, what was discovered that in December, the EPA granted $50 million to an organization called Climate Justice Alliance. So we went to the website of Climate Justice Alliance. This is what we found on the website, that our taxpayer dollars are going to organizations such as this. This, at the bottom, is a picture of the bulldozer that went through the fence when Hamas attacked Israel on October the 7th. They have a rendering on their website. It says decolonize Palestine, and it has a picture of that same bulldozer going through that fence. If you dig deeper, they want to defund the police, defund the military, either them or their affiliates want to have very radical, drastic initiatives that I think are anti-American. And they're certainly anti-Israel and anti-Semitic. So the Biden administration doesn't seem to care. $50 million in December. Who knows how much more in the future, and other like groups, because there are other associated groups with this group. There's no inspector general for EPA to follow the money because they don't care. Because all they care about is the mission, the climate mission, no matter what the radical ideas that are associated with the groups. So then you could ask yourself, Is this group really going to be funding climate, cleaning up the water and cleaning up the soil and cleaning up the air? Or are they going to be funding things like the protests they had in Hart just several weeks ago, where several of them were arrested? So follow the money. We're going to be doing that in the Environment and Public Works Committee. That's where the derivation of this was. And I find it rather startling to me that the EPA is not doing, and the administration are not doing any better research as to where our American taxpayer dollars are going.
Yep. And I did actually go to the website. I'm not going to post what I seen there or anything like that, but they did. They supported the attack Hamas did to Israel October 7th of last year, and we seen the aftermath of that. And this is, money that is being funneled out of the EPA. We definitely need somebody in there plugging these holes up. And you could say, well, they did that so we sell arms to Israel during these times, which kind of does make sense, but this is taxpayer money being used for this, and it's pretty sickening. Let's see. We go from there. Share to the airplane. And yeah, let's listen on this one. And this is CNN, so take it with what you want, but they are reporting on it, which is kind of odd.
Welcome back to the breaking news. Some exclusive live pictures that we're showing you right now of the seized plane belonging to Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro. Maduro, we should note, is not on board, but the plane was seized by officials for violating U.S. sanctions. CNN's Kylie Atwood joins me now. Kylie, this is pretty extraordinary. This does not happen, obviously, every day, where U.S. authorities go in and seize the plane of a head of state. But that is essentially what's happened this morning. Can you break this down for us?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So the plane of Nicolas Maduro, the president of Venezuela, is now in the hands of the United States. As you can see there, those images demonstrate that it has just landed in Florida. It was seized by U.S. authorities in the Dominican Republic. That is according to multiple U.S. officials who spoke with our colleague Priscilla Alvarez about this. And how this all came to fruition, Jim, is that this plane was in the Dominican Republic in recent months. We don't know exactly why, but that presented the opportunity for U.S. authorities to work with authorities in the Dominican Republic to actually make up a plan and seize the plane. And just to give folks context, this plane is effectively the Air Force One of Venezuela. This is a plane that cost about $13 million, the U.S. estimates. It's been used by Maduro to travel around the world, to make visits, to see other world leaders and the like. It's now in the hands of the U.S. government. It's an extraordinary move. The U.S. has for years been trying to disrupt the flow of goods and finances, money going into Venezuela. For example, they have disrupted luxury cars going into the country. But we should note that this is just such a bold move because, according to one of those U.S. officials who spoke with our colleague, this is unheard of and sends a signal that no one is out of the reach of U.S. sanctions. So they clearly had their eye on this plane for a while that was being used by the president of Venezuela, and now it is in U.S. custody. Now, the process here is that now that it is in the United States, Venezuela can petition for the plane. So we'll watch and see what happens there. But also, the United States can collect evidence from the plane. We just saw some folks heading into the plane, U.S. authorities heading in there with what appeared to be a recording device. They'll be able to collect evidence in terms of what the president of Venezuela was doing potentially on that plane. We'll watch and see how this all unfolds. Jim?
Yeah, Kylie, we do want to emphasize to our viewers, you were looking at live exclusive.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it right there. Very interesting. Uh, Oddly that we sanction on that airplane and making it such a big deal. I'm not sure what or why on that, and makes you wonder a little bit what's actually going on, because yeah, very interesting. They're making a big deal out of that airplane. I don't know how it was we acquired it or anything like that. There's been a lot of talk that um you know illegals came over on it and parked it there. um yeah, I don't know. It's an odd story, and I don't know if it's just that, hey, look over here type thing, or is there more going on with it. But I'm going to kind of keep an eye on it and see where this goes, because yeah. And I don't really think he came here. I think they actually took the airplane. Um, you know, like a repo. I'm not sure. It's very odd. Let's see what else we can get into. Let's talk about some more corruption, I guess. There's plenty of corruption in the United States to go around, and New York governor employed Chinese agents. What? What's going on here? Yeah, New York Governor Kathy, whatever her name is, former deputy chief of staff, have been charged with acting as an undisclosed agent for Chinese government. Really? Well, at least she's actually getting charged for it. Linda's son and her husband, Chris, who uh, were arrested by FBI agents at their $3.5 million Long Island home on Tuesday, the Associated Press reported. The pair appeared in court later the afternoon. The son was charged with acting as a undisclosed Chinese agent, visa fraud, alien smuggling, and money laundering conspiracy, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office in Brooklyn. Wow. And yeah, so far a lot has been seized. And also on this, they said Son worked in New York City's Democrat-run governor government for 15 years, holding post in former Governor Andrew Cuomo's administration before becoming Ho Chu's, whatever you call her, deputy chief of staff. Wow. And this goes on, and more dirtiness and whatnot, and yeah. How do these people get put in office is what I want to know. If they have ties to China like this, before she got in office and everything, it's ridiculous, and it's like um Mr. Walls, the Harris's vice president pick. Um, he was going to China at least once a month, over and over again. uh, why why is he not being investigated? And surely they found something like this going on. I mean, it's not hard. He's taking using government uh, transportation to go to China. I, I just don't get it. Um, we could go with uh, the Bidens with all the dealings that they do with the Hunter Biden and stuff. If your family's involved in stuff, you shouldn't be. Let's move on to this little number here. Uh, you remember not too long ago, I told you guys to pay attention to what's going on with NVIDIA. Um, Nancy Pelosi and her husband were buying up stocks for NVIDIA. Now, NVIDIA is going to be investigated by the government for illegal trades and this and that and the other. Their stock dropped like 9%. I do believe it was 9%. Let me see. Something like that, 9%. Yeah, I do believe. Yeah. Overnight. And remember when I said to watch this stock, there's something fishy going on with this. And they were talking about AI and um, a lot of stuff. And now here we go. They end up losing uh, their stock going down 9% over just the talks of the Senate investigation on NVIDIA with their dealings and everything. So they ended up selling some of their stock to other companies, undisclosed companies at that too. So we don't know who's involved in this, but more than likely, if it does go to the Senate and it's voted on, I guarantee you the Democrats are going to stonewall this to where it goes away, and then you're going to see the stocks go up like crazy. And guess who's going to make the money on it? And with that, let's go over to the other company, Intel. And Intel manufacturer business suffers setbacks as Broadcom tests disappoint. And this is kind of tied into the same thing. If you dig into it a little bit more, you see Broadcom is also possibly the people who are buying the stocks from NVIDIA. So now you have these two U.S. companies getting mingled in together, so, in a sort of a roundabout way. Now, I don't know if Nancy and her husband are into NVIDIA too. I'm pretty sure they are, but just the fact that the sources are being tied in together, it's super shady of the business dealings that are going on with these two companies. And I've been a supporter of both companies for a good while. I mean, most computers that use some of their chips that are on computers right now, even cell phones. Most cell phones use a lot of these chips now. So again, this is something hopefully that gets investigated the right way, which is saying a lot. But let's change it up a little bit and go with some of this.
I'm at Whole Foods and I'm about to pay for my groceries with my door.
Palm reading. It's not a chip or anything in her hand. It's reading her palm to make sure it's that who she says she is, and she's paying for her groceries.
That's the coolest thing ever. I'm at Whole Foods and I'm about to pay for my groceries with my door.
And she says it's the coolest thing ever. And that's the problem. They put the hype on this kind of stuff. Just like remember a few years ago when I reported about the people going to Germany. They were flying over to Germany so they could be one of the first people to stand in line for hours to kneel down to an orb to get their iris scanned. No, Pat, this is not the chip. This is just your hand reading your palm. Yeah, that either way, chip or not, this thing is it's still it's not cool. It's scary. Yeah, that's in I know you guys seen a lot of this. It's not that big of a deal, but the thing I want to point out is her reaction to it. Oh, this is the coolest thing ever, you know. And that's what we have to worry about is those little things right there. And yeah. um Not sure what we got here. No clue. So evidently, let's go and close this. Let me open this guy here. Screen. And what he talks about is quite interesting and makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Go ahead and put this up here and give this guy a listen.
Things you didn't know that you didn't know, part 9. 75% of the mass of a human brain is made up of a substance called myelin. And myelin is made up 100% by cholesterol. I'll leave it there. On a separate and completely unrelated subject, Alzheimer's disease is a neurodegenerative brain disease which destroys brain cells. Now, Alzheimer's never existed until 1979, and yet now it is one of the leading causes of death in Western societies. On a separate and completely unrelated subject, margarine was first invented in 1869 because Napoleon wanted a cheaper and longer lasting fat for his armies to travel with. It didn't gain popularity until the Second World War, when butter and other animal fats were scarce. grew in popularity in the 50s, but by the 70s, the animal fats in it had been replaced with vegetable oils, because obviously animal fats contain saturated fat and a lot of cholesterol. So they wanted to offer a lower cholesterol alternative. I'll leave it there. On a separate and completely unrelated subject, margarine is one molecule away from being plastic. Now, as any chemist will tell you, one molecule can make a huge difference to the finished compound. Take ethanol and methanol, for example. One molecule difference, but very, very, very different results when ingested into the human body, right? So I'll leave it there. On a separate and completely unrelated subject, a simple experiment to do at home is to take a slab of butter, a slab of vegetable margarine with no animal fats in, and a slab of plastic, and stick them all outside in your garden and have a look what happens. Very quickly, all the wildlife in the area is going to be attracted to that butter, from the flies and the beetles and the mini beasts, through the birds, the rodents, all the way up to the apex predators, foxes, badgers, bears. If there happens to be no other wildlife around, then bacteria and mold will very, very quickly consume it, because it's easily digestible for all organic life forms. The margarine and the plastic will sit there for weeks. Nothing in nature will touch them. Try it. I'll leave it there. On a separate and completely unrelated subject, I invite all GPs out there to check your patients' medical records and see how many of your dementia and specifically Alzheimer's patients have been on statins and or low cholesterol diets for many years. I'd be very interested to hear your feedback in the comments, and I'll leave it there. Have a fabulous day.
Yep. And I totally agree with that. You know, you sit there and go back in time, and you know there was no Alzheimer's and things. That it just invented it in, like you said, in 1979. Now wonder why all this is coming up, and then you notice that all this cholesterol medication that doctors are trying to get you on, and even me, they said my cholesterol is way too high. You need to get on medication. I said no, I'll control the cholesterol myself, and I can bring it back down anytime I want. And it's kind of odd that whenever I go to the doctor, I already know that it's going to go up, and then a month afterwards, I can actually control without medications and stuff to reduce it. And I'm not one to, you know, oh, you need to substitute that butter for margarine or stuff like that. Yeah, and and you wonder why we have these problems, and um, everybody calls the smokers, you know, people who smoke cigarettes, you know, they're polluting the world, and they're killing off people because of the secondhand smoke and everything. Well, I want you to listen to this.
Which is worse, this pack of Marlboro Reds or this French fries from McDonald's? I'm a board certified MD, and you're not going to believe what I'm about to tell you. Acrolein is a toxic substance known to be in the gaseous form of cigarette smoke, also known to cause cancer by harming your DNA metabolic pathways. You're not going to believe that this package of French fries has more acrolein in it than this package of smokes. Acrolein is a toxic substance. You must avoid it. You should not be feeding your children or yourself McDonald's French fries. These French fries contain more than 100 cigarettes full of acrolein. Why am I telling you this? Because people need to know. Which is worse?
Yeah. You would never think that French fries would be less healthier than smoking a pack of cigarettes. Wow. Just wow. Yeah. Um, and they're super small in the first place. So you get these little bitty little shoestring French fries um, that has thou bunches of different ingredients. It should be potatoes and salt, and then whatever it's fried in, which is probably pretty bad at McDonald's. But you know, even with an air fryer, I I don't put oil and stuff on it. I put seasoning and put them in the air fryer. There's no oil. It's just potato and spices. That's it. Um, why does McDonald's have to have a list of ingredients for a French fry? That's crazy. uh, yeah, I remember when McDonald's fries were good, way back in the day, but not anymore. Uh, yeah, I see nothing now. You go down south, and the majority of people render their pig fat, and that's what they cook with. That's what they bake with, and all that stuff. I'd love to have them do a study of a family that grows their food, grows their meat and stuff on their farms, and then somebody that lives in the city, a family that lives in the city that Ubers food to them and gets fast food all the time, and does a study to see which family is more healthier. And I can almost guarantee you that the family that grows their own food will be a ton healthier. Uh, let's see. Now, I thought I would do this little test with you guys here. Oh. Now, we joke about Gen Zs all the time now. Um, well, guess what? There's a new generation now that's that are called Gen Alpha. Um, and there's a lingo for them now that is totally different from everybody else. So, um, let's go ahead and take this test. Your middle schooler describes his friend as Sigma. That means he thinks his friend is weird or weak, weird, geek, or an alpha male. Which one do you think this is? And I'm gonna leave it to chat. So whatever the majority is on here, let's see. Okay, CJ says weak. I'll give it a few seconds. But I also noticed there's Ohio in this. Oof. Okay, so we got 2 weeks. Um, let's see what this. Okay, well, evidently we're wrong. It's not weak. Sigma means an alpha male. Okay. Next question. Your friends describe as a Rizzler That means he's someone who always late, likes to steal, is flirty, is loud. A Rizzler. To me, I don't know. Flirty sticks out to me. Calling somebody a Rizzler kind of seems like it's a flirty person. We got one steal and one flirty. Two likes to steal, two flirty. Okay. We got a loud one. Let's see. We need a tiebreaker here. Yeah, loud. Okay, now we have three. Okay, there we go. We got a tiebreaker. There's three for steal. Let's see. Oh, flirty was right. Huh. Our next question. What? Skibby Dibby? Skibby Dibby. Okay, your quiz skills are looking skibby dibby. That means you're impressive, bad, awkward, a joke. It has to be impressive. Oh, your kids know this one. Okay. It's just kebab. Joke. Okay, we got a couple jokes. We got impressive. I'm gonna go ahead and do the joke. Cha-choom. Wait a minute. It's all of it. So nobody's wrong. Okay. Skippity has no inherent meaning. It can be used as a wacky adjective to mean cool, bad, dumb. Okay. So you can use it for anything. And it means nothing. Okay. Next question. Um, your favorite snack has just been, huh? Phantom tax? Phantom tax? What does that mean? It was stolen. It was affected by inflation. It was dipped in chocolate. It was dropped on the floor. uh, uh, that's what I'm going to say. Although dipped in chocolate sounds pretty good, but uh, I think the majority everybody says stolen. So let's see. Yay! Uh, mugging. A TikToker claims Chris Evans mugged Chris Pine in the red carpet photo. What do you mean? Evans looked taller than Pine. Evans looked better than Pine. Evans looked worse than Pine. Evans dressed with less pizzazz than Pine. Um, interesting. Hmm. Better? Okay, we got 2 betters. Almost makes me think of logging though, for some reason. I don't know if it's because the guy's name is Pine or whatnot, but I'm gonna go with you guys' where you say better. So let's see. Oh, you guys got another one. I don't know why I'm thinking logging though. I don't know. Okay. Mewing. You talking about the Pokemon? As you prepare to take a photograph, you start mewing, meaning you meow like a cat. You restructure your face to appear slimmer. How do you restructure your face? You smile with your eyes. You frame your face with your hands. You know, is that what they're talking about right there? Uh, I don't know on this one. So we got 2 that think it's this one right here. You restructure your face to appear slimmer. Okay. I do that at the DMV. You mew. Okay, let's go ahead with it and see what it. Oh, you guys are right. Wow. Mewing is a technique in which one flattens their tongue against the roof of their mouth to attempt their jawline. How does that make your face look well, I can't tell. I got a beard, so I guess there's no mewing for me. Uh, I don't know. Evidently, it's 421,000 videos teaching people how to mew. Maybe I'm in the wrong category for making videos. I need to teach people how to mew. Ohio. A friend describes your outfit as so Ohio. That means it's, I'm going to say cringe because I live in Ohio. Cringe, stylish, vintage, and expensive. Let's see what you guys think of this one. So far, you guys been doing pretty good. A, yeah, that's kind of what I went with. CJ, cringe. If you're in Ohio, yeah, it's cringe. My shirt is so cringe. Or I gotta say, so Ohio. Let's go with C. Oh, yep, it is cringe. See your results. We got 5 of 7 correct. Sweet. I guess we're pretty hip, huh, guys? Or they probably don't say that anymore. Um, we're pretty Ohio. Okay. And I talked about this last night. Uh, we have Sanctuary City. Uh, Police source say illegals make up 75% of arrested in midtown New York City. Which I did say 3 out of 4, which is 75%. 3 out of 4 are illegal immigrants that are being arrested in New York City. So, do you think my daughter would call me Ohio if I start using these terms? I don't know. I can just see people's name now. They're gonna see a lot of Ohio in people's name. Oh boy, that's so Ohio. uh, but yeah, oh, and there's also another statistic here. Let me see if I can find it. And yeah, this is since 2021. Yeah, we can't talk about that right there. Uh, and I think, yeah, I think that's at 60% is returning arrests for the same person. Uh, Meaning the legals keep coming back and doing the same thing because they're released back into the public. And that being said, this is what the cities are right now. And most generally, these cities are Democrats run cities, which, Democrats want to defund the police. So their crime raises, and what do? They want to get rid of the popo, and also talked about this last night for a little bit. Uh, Navy destroyer commander relieved of duty after unbelievable photo of backward rifle scope. Yep, he was relieved of the command because his scope was on backwards while he was practicing his firearm skills on the boat. Now, first glance, you say, yeah, this guy's got his scope on backwards. How weird, and all this and everything. Well, we find out that's him right there. And this is kind of look, and this is I'm assuming it's a lady that is replacing him. This is Captain Allison Christie. Um, and you can imagine, yes, she's an LGBT person. Um, we got to call it LGBTQ plus now. Um, that's who's replacing him because he shot a gun with the scope on backwards. If we go down here, this is what the scope's supposed to look like on it the right way. Now, I would imagine they're about 12 feet away. First thing I wonder is why in the heck are they using a scope on something that's 12 feet away? Um, I'm just totally confused on this whole story. But yeah, I didn't know there was actually more pictures to this. Yeah, you can see the images. Again, they're probably 12 feet away. Maybe 25 feet, if that. But you can see the scopes. Now again, Oh, that this guy's actually got laser on his. But yeah, I don't know. It's really odd. It's a really odd story. I think they were looking for a reason to get him replaced. This lady has 10 years experience, not commanding ships, 10 years experience in the Navy. Um, yeah, this whole thing looks awkward by itself. First of all, the gun grip is in the wrong place. Um, again, the scope is backwards. I don't know. It just, again, this is, oh, or I could say this is so Ohio. But yeah, there's something. It's one of those stories that huh? You just don't quite get it, and just keep in mind that the ship that he is on is the U.S. or was on the U.S. John McCain. Um, pay very close attention to that because we might hear stuff about that ship in the future here. So to me, there's something just not right with this whole thing. And with that, let's pop this in here. And this is Harris versus Harris, one in Detroit and one in Pittsburgh. Here we go.
You better thank a union member for the 5-day work week. You better thank a union member for sick leave. You better thank a union member for paid leave. You better thank a union member for vacation time. You better thank a union member.
Oops.
Thank unions for sick leave. Thank unions for paid family leave. Thank unions for your vacation time. Thank unions.
It's like totally different person. And then we go over here and inquire minds want to know. And there goes our Wednesday morning sirens going off. And we hear this.
A different topic. Since when does the vice president have what sounds like a southern accent?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well,
I mean, this is.
she was talking about unions in Detroit using one tone of voice.
Is this something that
same
you think?
Line?
Okay, Peter.
That she used the same line in Pittsburgh, and it sounded like she at least had some kind of a southern drawl.
I mean, do you hear the question that? I mean, do you think Americans seriously think that this is an important question? They care. You know what they care about? They care about the economy. They care about lowering costs. They care about healthcare. That's what Americans care about.
So
that's what they want to hear.
This is something...
They care about. Your colleague just asked me about what basically we talked about, went back and forth about democracy and freedom. That's what they care about. I'm not even going to entertain some question about the president. It's just hearing it sounds so ridiculous.
Well, but hearing it is
the question. I'm talking about the questions is just insane.
Is that how she talks in meetings
here? I'm just Peter. We're moving on. We're still moving around.
Yeah. Okay. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let me see here. See if I can find it. Oops, wrong one. Where did it go? Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. And I've played her stuff before, so this is at. I always try to, share somebody out, and it's at the end of our live for this morning. So, like I said, I've shared her stuff out before, but today we're going to be checking out some Hawaiian or spicy Hawaiian sliders. So let's go ahead and.
Hey guys, today we're going to make spicy Hawaiian ham and cheese sliders. We have, I don't know if you've ever had it before, but spicy Hawaiian ham is the bomb. I can't remember who makes it. Let's see if it says on here. Eckrich Hawaiian honey ham. Spicy. They have spicy and then they have regular. We always love the spicy. And we have hot pepper cheese or just pepper cheese. So good. We have the Hawaiian rolls, 12-pack. And I have them right here in this little pan.
King's Hawaiian.
That's what we got. And we are just going to layer some of this ham in here. Now, I get it sliced pretty thin because that's the way I like it. Of course, Billy don't like it really thin. But for these, because we're going to put extra because,
And whatever Miss Connie wants, Miss Connie gets.
It's the other way around, usually. But I like my ham thin sliced. I don't like thick lunch meat.
We had some thicker cut, but I already ate it.
I like the thin cut. All right. So we got that on there. You put as much as you want. And then we're just going to put some cheese. If you want Swiss cheese, do her up with Swiss. But we wanted spicy. And Mr. Smith's spicy. In real life.
I have to be because look how spicy you are.
He's spicy. He's just trying to keep up with me.
And that's a job in itself.
All right. We got that. We got the ham. Now, so simple, guys. I waited years to try this recipe, and we love it so much, though. I did it on another video when I first started. Like, we was a month in, and I did it. I was like, ooh, I have no tone to my voice except one. No ups and downs like I normally would. I was still a little nervous. And I'm still a little nervous every time. I don't know why. So I have a 1/4 cup of melted butter. And I have a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce going right in that butter.
Hey.
And a tablespoon of minced onions right in there. Also, I have a tablespoon of, you can use Dijon mustard, spicy brown mustard. We are using beer mustard because we love that stuff.
Beer mustard.
Going in there.
Yeah, you wouldn't think beer mustard would be good, but oh my.
It is delicious.
Yeah.
I'd skip the
And
mustard
we're just going
part.
to stir that up. And if you want to put some parsley flakes or something like that in there, you do that, or a little bit of garlic if you want. You do what you want. This is how we do it. Stir that all up, and then we're just going to brush it on the top. So simple.
And put it in a 350-degree oven for about 20 minutes.
Yep. Look at him knowing. Right now, he has got some macaroni and cheese in there. And we did a short on the macaroni and cheese, but we're not going to show you the finished project on the short because I ran out of time. So we're going to show it on this. And this is all you're going to do. You are just going to slather this on here. Look at that.
Or if you like a lot, pour it all on there.
This is a lot. I still got a lot to go. And you would think it would be soggy, but they're not. They are not soggy at all, guys. Even with putting the aluminum foil on top.
Yeah, the first time we did it, we thought, oh, those got to be soggy when they come out. They weren't.
They're not.
Nice crisp buns. I mean, it was good.
Like a butter swim biscuit.
Oh, which we had yesterday.
We're going to do a
with
video.
bacon and egg on it. Oh, that was so good.
We're going to do a video of butter swim in a cast iron skillet. Oh, in my new Jolene cast iron skillet.
Yeah, she finally used it yesterday.
I used it. Perfect size. Because I've been cutting down the recipes for just the two of us, and I know I've had requests for that. So we're going to do one for just for 2 people. I mean, it could have been for 1. I could have.
And it was perfect. It was enough for both of us.
Yeah. All right.
And then that cast iron skillet, that puts a little crisp on that bread. Oh,
with
my.
that butter. Oh, my
yeah.
goodness, guys.
And butter swim biscuits just melt in your mouth. And you had a little bit left over, and I put some apple butter on it. Oh, that was good.
So we are going to do a video of that this week, too, because he's like, I can eat those every day.
I could.
So we're going to do a butter swim biscuit coming up this week, too. Right now, spicy Hawaiian.
What's your plans for your live on Monday? Tomorrow.
Maybe chocolate peanut butter cookies.
I don't know when she's putting this video up, but
look at it.
Tomorrow is Monday, and she's gonna be doing a live.
So I guess I'll put
missed that.
All right, we're going in the oven, 350 degrees, already preheated, and we'll show you when it gets done. 20 minutes. All right, guys, we're back. Look, she's tasting already. She's cheating. This is my niece, which I did the video with my brother. This is his daughter, Jalen. So they seem to come at taste test time. I mean, that's good.
That's a good part.
They know when to come in.
So I had these in the oven for about 25 minutes. I took the aluminum foil off after 20 minutes. And this is Billy's macaroni and cheese. So here we go. We're going to do the taste test for both of them. Macaroni first. Like it?
Yes.
Yes. Now, try your sandwich. She's
Hopefully it's not too hot.
Have you ever had them before?
No.
Oh, you're in for a treat.
That is good.
You like them? Would you eat them again?
Well, there you go, guys. If you want to go check their channel out, there's the link there. But that's it for today. Hope you're more informed than you were beforehand, especially on some of the medical stuff, even though we're not supposed to do medical stuff on YouTube, but makes you wonder what they're actually trying to do when they give you the medications and stuff. I'm not telling people to stop taking anything or whatnot, but I would say don't do away with the butter, because I'd rather eat something that come from a cow than came from a laboratory. And with that, I want to wish everybody a blessed day, and we will see you on the next one. Make sure tonight at 8 o'clock on Bushcrafty, we have another live. So as soon as I get done here, I'll set that up. So we'll be ready to go for another night on the Bushcrafty channel. So with that, we will see you on the next one. God bless.